Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to be doing my May favorites. I know this video is later than I usually upload my favorites, but I actually already filmed this video once and I lost my footage. I guess I accidentally deleted it or whatever. And then over the weekend I didn't have time to film because I was babysitting overnight, so I was there all week. It was just a mess. So I'm finally getting a chance to film this video, even though it's going to be a little bit later than I normally upload. I still really want to do it because I have a ton of things to talk about today. A lot of face things, actually. I feel like I'm getting really into face products or something. I don't know what's going on with that, but I have a lot of face things to talk about, some eye things, and only one lip product, actually. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with primer. A primer I have been loving this month is the CoverGirl TruBlend Base Business Skin Smoothing Primer. This was actually sent to me along with all of the True Matte Made foundations, or the TruBlend Matte Made foundations. They sent me all of their primers, and this one I have been obsessed with because it doesn't necessarily fill in my pores a lot, but what it does, it just kind of evens out all of my texture and makes my skin really nice and smooth for foundation application. Typically, I don't really like primers like this, but this one I love. I just feel like it really just sits on the skin really well, and it makes my foundation last a lot longer throughout the day as well. And it just is a nice base. I think it just really smooths everything out and it makes it look really nice. So I love this new primer from CoverGirl. I also have been loving the TruBlend Matte Made Foundation. I did talk about this in my if I could only choose one, or my first products that I would pick if all of my makeup was gone video, because this is just so good. The coverage is so nice, the finish is so nice, it just lasts on the skin so nice. It has a huge shade range, a ton of shades. It's 40 shades. It's awesome. They did send this to me as well, but what's funny is I actually bought this and then I got the package in the mail and I was like, oh, okay, so funny, but I actually did purchase this one that I'm actually talking about, but they sent me the full line. But this is just so good. I love a good natural comfort matte type of finish. You know, I don't like a really matte finish. I like things that are more satin, natural, comfort matte kind of finish, just because I think it makes me look matte, but it's a really nice skin-like finish still. So I absolutely love this. I definitely recommend checking this out. Even if you have normal skin, I think you would like this. Dry skin, I'm not so sure. I know Jessica Braun did a video on this and she has dry skin and she really liked it with the new illuminating primer from CoverGirl. It's like this one, but it's illuminating. She really liked this foundation with that primer underneath. So maybe try an illuminating primer if you have dry skin. I'll link her video below in case any of you want to check it out if you do have dry skin. But this stuff is just really good. Definitely recommend. Okay, another foundation I have been loving is the Clinique Acne Solutions Liquid Makeup. Now this does have salicylic acid in it. I purchased this off of Makeup by Tiffany D's recommendation. It has a natural finish, which again, I love that type of finish on a foundation. It's buildable, moderate coverage. That's what I used today, and I really didn't use a ton of concealer on my blemishes that I have, but I absolutely love this just because I feel like it doesn't really clog my pores because it does have that salicylic acid in it, and it just makes my skin look really nice and smooth and blurred and fresh, and it doesn't become overly dewy throughout the day. I will say this is a little bit more dewy than the CoverGirl one, but it's just really good. And this one, I do have the shade 02 Fresh Ivory. So I love this. I definitely recommend it. I think it looks really nice on the skin. It just makes me look really airbrushed, which who doesn't want that, right? A concealer I have been obsessed with and that's rediscovered is the Maybelline Fit Me. I used this product in the collab video that I did with Hope here on YouTube. She's Simply Hope, and I'm obsessed with this again. It is so good. It's what I used today. It's just an awesome everyday concealer. You know, it's not super full coverage like the Tarte Shape Tape or the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. Don't get me wrong. Those definitely have their own space. You know what I mean? They have a need, and I love those types of concealers. But for every day when I just want something easy and light, this is so good because it feels really lightweight on the skin and it's really nice and creamy, but it still offers a lot of good coverage. So I love this concealer. There's a reason there's a cult following behind this. It's just So good. I do wear the shade Fair in this, and I think it's just the best concealer. Like, it's so, so good. I absolutely love it, and I'm just really happy that it's back in my life and that I've been using it again because, like I said, for every day, it's the best. I have like some face palettes to talk about now. So the first one is from Milani, and I recently reviewed their new blush trios. I'll link that video for you guys, but this is the Flowers of Love blush trio. So this is kind of like the lighter one out of the two, and so I'll link that review down below so I don't have to sit here for too long. The packaging makes it kind of difficult to show on camera, so I will do my absolute best for you guys. But this one I like more than the other one just because, one, I like more of peachy pinks, not straight up peaches, and I also think that these flatter my skin tone just with tone a little bit better. So this one is more of like a highlight type of shade, and then you get like a medium like pink, and then you get a deeper pinky peach. Now I love the flower blushes from Milani. I think they're really nice. They're like the rose powder, I think is what they're called. And yeah, the rose powder blush. And I love the formula because they're pigmented, but not overly pigmented to where you have to be super careful, and they're really soft and all of that. And I actually like to use all three shades in this one. I use this one just kind of a little bit lower on the cheeks, the middle one on the apple of the cheek, and then I take the like highlight type of shade and I just kind of put it where I naturally have highlight, and then I blend it all together, and it's really beautiful. So I absolutely love this formula, and I think that this one, just for my skin tone, works so beautifully. So I have been loving that. Another face palette that I love is the Too Faced Natural Face. I got this month, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I absolutely love the packaging. I mean, I feel like I want to do a video like the best packaging, or like the packaging made me buy it, or something like that. But I also just feel like everything would just be Too Faced and the balm. Like, they have the best packaging for brands. I just think it's beautiful. It's really sturdy and it's heavy. It feels super luxurious. And when you open it up, I'm sure you guys have seen this by now if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, but you get 2 highlights, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers. I actually like this bronzer down here. I feel like not a lot of people use this, you know, in videos I hear, oh, I don't use that shade. But if I mix it with Sunny Honey up here, it gives a really nice natural sheen. It's like a J-Lo type of bronze. It's beautiful. Today I'm wearing Sunny Honey as my bronzer, and then Pink Sand as my blush. I love Pink Wink as well. It just is so fresh on the skin, and the highlights are beautiful as well. They're a little bit duochromy, but they are beautiful. I think this palette is so good. It smells so yummy. It blends so well. The powders are so smooth, and just the right amount of pigment. Again, they're not overly pigmented where you have to be super, super careful, but they're definitely not like nothing on the face. They are absolutely wonderful, and I love the formula of them. I love the colors that they chose, just because I feel like, you know, there's something for everyone in here. You know, you got a bright pink blush, a more neutral blush, a matte bronzer, a like shimmery bronzer, you get a pinky highlight, and then a gold highlight. It's just beautiful. So I love this. I think it's wonderful, and I think if you're looking for maybe like a really great gift, this would be beautiful as a gift. I think it's just the packaging, the formula of things. I think people would like what's inside, but also it would just be a really beautiful gift because of the packaging. But I also just think that if you're looking to splurge maybe a little bit, I think this is like so, so worth it because I have been using it every single day. It's wonderful. Okay, lastly, I have a highlight to talk about, and this is the Persona Cali Glow Highlighter in Zuma. And OMG, you guys know I'm obsessed with my Persona Identity palette, the eyeshadow palette. Like, that was in the first products I would buy if my makeup was stolen too. Like, that eyeshadow palette, you guys, is hands down my favorite. It's so good. So I wanted to try one of their highlighters, and so I ordered this one off of Ulta. And, oh, it's so pretty. I actually didn't put it on today, so let me add a little bit so you guys can kind of see what it's like. I'm just taking a brush really lightly. I'm gonna tap some off. Let me grab a mirror real quick so I can show you guys what it's like. And then I like to kind of blend it, like really buff it into the skin to make it look a little bit more natural. But can you guys see that? Like, highlight, no highlight. Highlight, no highlight. It is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh. It's like the most beautiful tone too, because it's like a really nice pale gold shade. But I feel like if you have darker skin and you would put this on, it would look more like bam, you know what I mean? It would just kind of like pop a little bit more on darker skin tones. But on my skin tone, I still really love it. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. It is so buttery, so smooth. I think Persona is definitely underrated. I know they only have a few products, but you guys, like, their brand, like, it is good stuff. So definitely check out their highlighters. I know they have another shade, I think that's darker, but Zuma is pretty. It's real pretty. Okay, let's move on to eyes. So I have two eyeshadow palettes to talk about. The first one is from Rimmel, and this is the Magnify Eyes Spice Edition. So this is Rimmel's new eyeshadow palette that is exclusive at Walgreens. I almost said Walmart. Walgreens. And everyone is saying that this is a dupe for Naked Heat. I don't have the Naked Heat palette from Urban Decay, but this is good. I love Rimmel's eyeshadow formula in these palettes. I think they are really nice. They blend very well. They're really pigmented shadows. I just think they're really pretty. And this one is so good. If you are looking for a warm eyeshadow palette, which, you know, like nowadays, it's like you can find one anywhere you look, but this one is really nice and it's really inexpensive for the drugstore. I feel like Rimmel does prices very well still, you know, they don't like creep up into like the teens or anything like that. Like this is still, I think, around $7 or $8. So it's still relatively inexpensive. And you know, you get a lot of good like matte shades in here to really anchor the looks, you know, and then you get a ton of really beautiful shimmers that are so pigmented and smooth and just absolutely lovely to work with. So I really recommend this palette. I think it is wonderful. I mean, I've seen videos where people do dupes of like this and Naked Heat, and if you've been wanting the Naked Heat but you just haven't wanted to spend that much money, go check this out at Walgreens because it's pretty close and it's really good formula. Okay, another warm eyeshadow palette that I have been loving is from Colourpop, and this is the Give It To Me Straight palette. I recently tried this palette, and this is the first like powder formula I've tried from Colourpop, and I really like their powder eyeshadows. Oh my heavens. Again, this is kind of the same color scheme as like the Spice Edition from Rimmel that I just showed. You know, you get some warm shades, some purples, but I love that type of thing. Like, I love a good warm palette with some purples thrown in. Like, that's just everything to me. And this formula, I was very impressed, you guys. It's so smooth and wonderful. Like, the shimmers are not chunky in the like least bit. They're so smooth and buttery. They're so pigmented. I mean, I usually use my fingers with shimmer shadows, and today I used the shade Candid, and I just took my finger and then I went, and it was like one swipe, full color, full metallic. It was beautiful. I also love the shade Straight Up just for every day. Every shade in here is beautiful though. Every single shade is beautiful. Today I did use Candid all over the lid with some Straight Up kind of on like the first third of the eye, up front in my inner corner in my brow bone, and then I used Downright as my transition shade and Frank as my like kind of crease color. I didn't want to go too dark today, but it is so good. You can totally go really orangey and warm with this palette. You can even go more purple if you just want to use more of the cool tone shades, but I just absolutely love this. I think it's beautiful, and the formula, I was very pleasantly surprised by this. Like, it's real good. Like, I'm gonna need some more Colourpop palettes in my life because it's good stuff. And it's relatively inexpensive. I think this was, let's see, you get 12 shadows in here, and I think this was 16 bucks at Ulta. So, you know, I mean, it's not like breaking the bank. I mean, this is good. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm into it. Okay, mascaras to talk about. Yeah, I have some mascara favorites that are not my Essence one. I know, it's shocking. The Maybelline Total Temptation Waterproof. Holy moly, this stuff is really good. It does dry out really fast though. That's a thing. It doesn't last very long. But this stuff makes my lashes look really good. Like, full and fluffy and thick. I love it. It's definitely volumizing. And it's lengthening as well, but the volume is just like bam, it's so good. And it is waterproof, but it's just, it's good. It's a drier formula though, so if you don't like that, you might not love this. But I mean, this stuff is so good. And it just has, you know, like a normal bristly brush or whatever, but it just makes my lashes look so thick and long and just scrumptious. This gives me scrumptious lashes. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The other mascara that I love and I'm actually wearing today is from Flower Beauty, and this is their Lash Warrior Mascara. I actually really wanted to try this, but I didn't buy it because I was like, I really like my Essence one. I'm gonna stay in my comfort zone. Well, then Flower Beauty reached out to me and they sent me all of their, they sent me 3 of the mascaras and then some of their new brow products. But this mascara though, I'm wearing it today. I will say the one downside of this is that it doesn't hold the curl a ton. I don't really mind that because I have pretty curly lashes because my hair is naturally curly. But if you're someone who has lashes that are more straight or that downturn a little bit, you might not love this. It has a rubbery brush and it has like a little scoop in the wand. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. It just is like a little scoop right at the end right here. And it just is really, really good. I was surprised that this didn't smudge on me because it's not waterproof, but it just makes my lashes really long and really voluminous, and it builds really well. That's what I kind of look for in a mascara, is something that's going to build really well, that's something that's going to give me a lot of volume and some length. I really focus on the building and the volume more so than the length. So both of these do that. So I really recommend these mascaras. I think they're so, so good. And then an eyeliner that I love is from Covergirl, actually, and this was sent to me as well a while ago, but this is their liquid liner, their new ones that they released that kind of look like that shape, but this is in the brown shade, and I'm wearing it today. And the reason I like this, which I think I showed this in my most recent Get Ready With Me, I think. But the reason I love this is just because it still gives me that really nice defined eye, but it is a little bit softer because it's brown. It's not a stark black. So I think it just adds a little bit of a softer look, but still kind of gives me that really nice definition that I'm looking for. So I really, really enjoy this, and it's not streaky. It's really pigmented. It has a felt tip applicator that comes to a really nice point. So you can just get a really nice, precise line. I can go a thicker line or I can get a thinner line depending on just how I use the brush. So I really, really love this, and it doesn't smudge or flake or anything like that. So really good formula, and I just like the brown shade just because it's a little bit softer than straight up black. Okay, an eyebrow thing that I have been loving is from Revlon, and this is their Color Stay Brow Mousse. This product is so weird, but so good. So you just kind of like crank it up through, and it releases product into the spoolie, and then you just brush through your brows. It's so good. I will say, if you don't have a lot of brow hairs, you might not love this because it might get a little messy. But if you're like me, like I have a lot of natural brow hair. So if you're someone like me and you just want a fast, easy look, you can just brush it through. Or maybe I use a product that's a little bit too light in my brows. Well, I can just use this to really darken things up a little bit, and it looks so good. Using this on its own though, it looks so natural and so nice. It just adds a little bit of color, but not like a ton of really defined definition. You know what I mean? So it's not like, wow, you did your like a really light face, but then you have like really nice defined brows. This kind of just makes everything look really nice and soft. So this is really, really cool. I thought it was kind of a gimmicky product, but it actually really works. So definitely recommend that. I do have the shade Soft Brown in that. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about a lip product. This is crazy. I mean, okay, I guess I have more. Like, I've just been loving my Milani lipsticks. The one, though, that I'm wearing today that has been my favorite this month is Pretty Natural. I repurchased this. I had this for years, and I just repurchased it. Oh my God, so good. This is what I call like a fresh pink. It really wakes up your face. It makes you look done and really beautiful without being over the top, without being like, whoa girl, like that's a really bright pink, or it's not even like a really nudie pink, you know, it's just a beautiful spring pink. I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy that I finally bought this because my old one expired, so I had to throw it away. and it was like really, really used. So this is just so beautiful. It just, it's just a nice rosy shade that I think looks absolutely stunning. Makes you look healthy, you know? It just makes you look like just fresh and healthy and good. It's a really, really good lipstick. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did and hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye!